Hi, I'm Chris Byrd with the Bird's Eye View. We talk about Bradley Marquez. Good fight, good matchup. Couldn't wait for the fight. And I know a lot of people are thinking, okay, it's gonna be a war, but Bradley didn't choose a war in this fight. He chose smarts, which is great for him, especially further in his career, because too many wars for him, you won't last that long. But he's very smart in this fight. If you notice, using the jab, but using his legs. And every time he would go to the left, go into Marquez's power hand, he'd take a step back and keep the distance. It seemed like he knew, just from training and habit of every time I go left, I got to, get some range, go back right, go into the jab hand, which worked for him. He was more active, putting his punches together, getting out, slipping, get to the ropes, cover up, make sure he didn't trade as much. Sometimes, you could tell he wanted to get in there and just go and trade, but he didn't. He kept Marquez off balance, most of the fight, especially after the first round. Because in the first round, I was like, oh man, Marquez, the style, the angle, he really couldn't hit Marquez because of the angle. And I was like, it's going to be a long night for Timothy Bradley. But then the adjustment. Came back, used his legs, in and out, boxing, being real smart. So, good job. I had it 7-4-1 for Bradley. It could have been, other rounds could have been close. Hey, it's all depending what the judges see. It could have been a draw. It could have went for Marquez. It all depends what they see. They saw it in Bradley's favor. And with Marquez being 40 years old, I was impressed. I was like, wow, he hung in the fight. And I know, he got to get out of his comfort zone as far as, being that counter puncher and wait for the punches to come to him. Later in the fight, he had to be more aggressive. And of course, he could have picked it up a little bit more, but, when you're in the fight and when you're thinking you go sit back down in the corner, I'm like, hey, I know he was thinking, I may be winning this fight, so why do I have to really go get him? I'm winning. I don't need to take a chance. But in his fight, he was losing to the judges, and he lost in my opinion, it was a close decision. And I just think Bradley outworked him, in the fight, which was a really good fight, very tactical. I think coming off of both of their last victories, the knockout, and then Bradley fighting Provodnikov, that slug match, everybody thought, okay, we're going to have a war, but it wasn't. But it still was a great fight. And Timothy Bradley moves on to, like he said, being in that top 3 pound for pound. I agree with it. He's beating guys, he's winning. I know the Pacquiao stuff, 99% of the people thought he lost, but he still got the decision, he's still winning. And I know a humongous fight is for him on the horizon. Maybe that Floyd Mayweather fight. You never know. He really deserves it now. So, great fight, more power to him, and to Marquez also. I'm a huge fan of Marquez, and like I said, at 40 years old, and how he looked tonight, he still has a lot left in the tank. More power to him. He'll give anybody from 140 to 147, give anybody a run for their money. Maybe not Floyd Mayweather, because we see what happened the first time, but everybody else, he's in it to win it. So that's my take of the fight, and just follow me on Twitter, Slipmaster92. Subscribe to my channel. It'll be great, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.